And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. All right. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. All right, so Twitch is sounding fine. I got to make some adjustments to my streamer bot, though. I finally decided to fix the problem where everything I type gets duplicated by the bot thingy. Also, let's check the YouTube. Hello, YouTube. By the bot thingy. Also, let's check the YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Okay, YouTube is good. Bot thingy. Let's do, also, let's check, put that there. So the thing I'm going to fix right now, and I put in a line of code, but I did it wrong. If I type in something in here, hello. So on YouTube, you see it just once, but on Twitch, I'm still typing twice on my, yeah, but on Twitch, I see it here, and then my bot repeats it. So what I've got to do is I've got an if line that will stop the bot from repeating stuff I say so that it shows up twice. Other than that, I think I've got this chat thing kind of working. I finally decided to smooth it out just a little bit. And this is the one thing that's always kind of bothering me is the fact that the bot is echoing what I say. So we're going to fix that with StreamerBot.io. And Charles, welcome, dude. I hope things are going well. There was an if statement I put in here, and the problem is I put the if statement for Chris L. Cox, which works fine if you're going from Twitch to YouTube, but going from YouTube to Twitch, it has to be my username over there is Chris Cox, I think. So we're gonna update the if statement to take care of that. Willie said hello, by the way. It's late where he's at. He's going to bed. Okay. Hey, Willie. I know you can't hear me, but thanks, man. All right, put that there. Put that there. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think I have to go over to actions and cues. Actions. Is it in actions? It is in actions. I set up all of this stuff. This is where the commands are. Someday we're going to add a sounder to the Kiwi command. But today we're going to adjust the YouTube to Twitch. And we have this if statement right here. I want to change that to if username equals. So I have to update that. This is if I'm going from Twitch, but here we're going from YouTube to Twitch. So I have to use the YouTube name in here. And then we're working on the news outfit tonight. I think for a little bit. I'm gonna get that mics in the hands Have you ever done a Daz installer stop listing updates for content? Yours is no. Did you hide it or something? I'm sure you thought of that. So, why is mine not ready? Am I not connected? You can see all the secret Daz stuff you're not supposed to see. Ooh. Are you? You must have disconnected. I mean, it's not just a matter of you can hide the. Oh, what the hell, dude? Connect to my freaking account. I'm sure it's just you didn't do something stupid like that. I'm sure that you didn't do that. You already knew that. You made no change to it and look for the settings and cannot find it. Hmm. Did you install all the updates already? Is that why you aren't seeing any? Although that sounds improbable. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna relaunch my thing and see if I can break it. Anyhow, let's I gotta take a look over at YouTube. Here's YouTube. That is me right there. Can I just do this? Does this work? You installed the update several months back and have absolutely no updates in the 4 months. Yeah, that doesn't seem probable. And just realized that the reason that I know is because a couple of new Genesis 9s. I said you don't have the essentials, which you do. Okay, let me drop this. Did you relaunch? Are you not am I not connecting? Am I not logged in? Am I logged in now? I mean, because they just should be here, right? Yeah, you went to your account website, seeing, so you re-downloaded it. And you're using the DIM, right? I think you're the one. You always were using the DIM. Dang, it's being slow. I'm gonna put that over here for now. I'm gonna fix my streamer bot real quick here. So I'm gonna place that with this and say okay and see if that fixes it. You did reinstall just the DIM before and you had both of them and you hated that one. Yo, DJ Ray, how are you doing? All right, let's do a chat check here. Hello, world. Okay, I'm going to see what happened in my Twitch chat. Did my Twitch chat say hello world twice or just once? It said it just once. Okay, yay. All right, that's fixed. I can stop worrying about that. At least I think it is. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put that over there. And thank you for shouting out Ray there, Charles. I appreciate that, man. Did Dim ever done? Yeah, because I mean, it should just be right there, right? Ready to download updates. And then your products underneath that. I have a bunch of stuff I haven't bothered installing. Um, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. And what else? And if we sort by date, can I not sort by date? That would be asking too much. I mean, you should have. You do the Premiere, right? So there should be updates on those. Hmm. Do you just need to? And you said you've already uninstalled and reinstalled. And is there something here that tells you to not show updates? That would be stupid, but you never know. Show general tips, download filters, downloads. Is there something stupid in here that says, hey, I don't really want to see updates? You're no longer Premiere, and also you don't have the Daz Plus anymore either? Oh, I'm sorry about that, man. Well, I appreciate you their support still. But if you really need to cut the sub loose, let I am, I'm not going to be hurt or anything. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know. I am not sure if there's a switch to turn updates off. Don't show. Install manager, documentation, user guide. You don't buy enough from Daz to make it worthwhile. Yeah. And you've never been able to make the coupons work. They still do coupons? Dang, I keep forgetting. I totally have not used those in a long time. Topics install manager. I don't know. Let's try updates. Ready to download page documentation. When working offline, you're online, right? I'm sure you know you're logged in or not. I'm not seeing. Yeah, I'm not sure what it would be, Charles. I'm sorry. Right. Oh, that's right. Premiere's got the extra stuff. Uh, I don't. I mean, you can see that I have the Premiere. Or does everybody see the Premiere add-ons in here, and you just have to have the serial number and be a Premiere member? I've never bothered trying to download any of that stuff because I'm not actually a Premiere member, so I didn't. But I'm not sure as if PA I could or not. Um, yeah, I don't know. What is in the download filters? Is there something stupid in here? It says don't look for updates. That would be annoying. Your updates aren't automatically installing, are they? I don't know how that would work, honestly. Yeah, I'm sorry, Charles. It's just not coming to me. All the stuff I can think of off the top of my head. Nope. All right. My brain has stopped. Yeah, all the options I can think of, I'm not seeing something. Daz always did like me better. I had to say hi to Ray, right? Ray was around. Uh, I'm gonna work on this. I think what I want to do is till about 8. We'll work on getting the microphones posed into hands. We'll do that. I've been working on the materials today. So I've got the opacity options. We got our color options. Uh, I got my button set up, the material options, a couple for the earpieces. We have our shoes done. I still have to clean up the rigging on the shoes just to make sure. The Genesis 8 shoes almost always need some work. Um, but we're going to work on getting the microphone into the hands. I'm going to be lazy. I'm just going to group everything from here down to here, and just so I can quickly hide it. And let's get our Genesis 8 in here. Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, if you haven't already done that a couple of times, uninstall and reinstall. You know what I haven't done? I haven't saved the microphone material yet. We'll do that. I got to come up with a few more different things for this. Let's save this as a material preset real quick here. DL mic 13. All that's probably good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just hide that for a second. Actually, no, I'm doing this for the material, right? I was rendering thumbnails before, so we're all set up to just knock out thumbnails. Somewhere in here, DL. There it is. We'll swap that out. All right, let's put this into a hand. I did have it set up so it's nice and centered. Um, and there are like presets, but we're not going to use any of those. I'm going to just have to pose this from scratch because I don't want to inadvertently use a pose controller or something, or steal somebody else's pose. Although technically, I don't think you can copyright the poses because they're just basically recipes. But still, I'm not going in and more or less knocking off somebody's hand pose. I'll just do my own. I'll put that like that. We'll tweak this just a little bit. So do I actually want... So I think we kind of want to get that up in there, right? Let's move that up and down. Yeah, that works. All right, let's get that mic kind of right in here. Also, I'm probably going to want to twist you, right? And then we want to bend the whole kit and caboodle here. We'll switch over to posing so I can do all three at once. Although it looks like I got to twist you some more, don't I? Kind of like that. And then, you know what? I'm just going to bend all of these. So let's take that. We'll expand that out. I just bent all of these at once. So, and I do want to tweak the carpals because they have a pose control on them. So we can kind of do that. Gives me a start. We'll we'll tweak these. Am I not in? I didn't grab both of them, did I? I do want to move that a little bit. Do I want to? I need to just rotate you a little bit more, don't I? All right, where's the, there you are. Something like that. Maybe twist you a little bit more. Maybe pull you. This is the hardest part because once we get this done, I can kind of, we can mirror it to the other one, and honestly, the Genesis 9 will be pretty close to this. I think we're almost there. I'm going to move this one out of the way because I can't see that. I want to, we'll pose this one, then we'll get back to this one. Oh, I grabbed the wrong finger. You know, it's almost there. There we go. That's better. And then this one, I'll just bring that in. Then I'm just going to maybe do both of these at the same time until we're right about in there. I think we'll back that off just a hair. And I think I'm going to just bring that out just a pinch. So I think I'm going to call that my microphone hand pose. I think that's going to be good. Let's now I still got to tweak the thumb. So is it up and down? Up and down. And I've twisted it as much as I can. Like bend like that. So maybe a little more. I've pretty much moved that out as much as I can. And I think these have just got bends in them. I think that's going to be about as good as I'm going to get with this. I mean, can I twist you further? Nope. I hate posing hands, and my hands can do stuff. Yo, I'm only a big child. How are you doing? My hands can pose so much better than this crap. All right, I'm going to close these fingers up. Kind of like that. All right, how am I looking? So I'm working on a news reporter outfit, and right now we're adding the microphones to hands. And did I miss anything exciting? Nope, there's just a high with rolling eyeballs. Yeah, uh, and they do stream. I saw you streaming the other day, and I was going to pop in, and then I forgot, and then I went back, and you were gone. because I'm an idiot. So that's just the way things work sometimes. All right, I think I'm going to go with that. I think that's going to be our hand pose. So we're going to parent the mic to the hand. We're going to memorize the mic. We're going to save this, and then we're going to save a hand pose. So we're coming over to the content library. We're going to save it over here. And then I'm just going to hit, I'm going to select you. And I think that's all I have to select. So we're going to save this as a wearable preset. Right there. I'm going to say wearable preset. I'm going to call this DL, which is the abbreviation for deadline. I was going to say deadline mic. R Genesis 8 female. And that's it. We'll come over here. We're going to do a pose thing. I'm okay with scrolling through my photos in order to find something you can use for your next art. Ooh, cool. I turn that off. We're going to just come down through here. All right, down the right side. There's the right hand. I want to check these right here. Say accept that. Okay, now we're just going to. You did not find what you're looking for? Oh, man. Bummer. Did you find anything else, or you just focused in on that one thing? All right, let's swap the pose. I selected them. Actually, I like that. That worked. Let's swap the pose on this. There we go. Let's put that mic into that hand. Somewhere here's a hand. There it is. All right, we're going to save that. That also becomes a wearable preset. Oops, I have to select that, and then we can, and I have to memorize this. Actually, you my memorize button? I think that's my memorize button. That worked. Okay. Activate the thing. Come over here. Do the thing. Wearable preset. That's the thing that will make it load into the hand. Deadline mic. There we go. This is the L for the left hand. Save that. Okay, got the mic. We're going to save our pose. This time we're going to save the fingers and the mic on the left hand. Am I going down the right side? I'm not. I'm going down the hip. We want to go down the abdomen, up the abdomen. You got some ideas, but nothing concrete. Okay. Upper chest, left collar. And there's the left hand, but I don't want the left hand. I just want the stuff under the left hand. So we'll check all of that and accept that, and it gets saved. Yay! Okay, I'm going to color this, and we're going to pose it a little bit to make the thumbnails for these. So let's grab that, come over here to the surfaces, select that. I'm going to do this generic shader. I'm going to kind of bend that arm up a little bit. And twist you. And then we're just going to focus in on the hand. I also want to just save the hand pose too, so we're going to do that next. Control R. That's probably good enough. So that was the left hand. So you should. Where are you? I'm in the material folder. I'm in the wrong folder. That explains why I can't find this. All right, actually, let's save this hand pose too. So we're going to do that as a hierarchical material, a hierarchical pose preset. So I'm going to select everything under the hand and this. Come over here, press that button, and choose hierarchical pose preset. And this is going to be deadline Mike L. I should say L hand. I'll just say L hand pose. There we go. Capitalize that. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Check only, scene selected. There we go. And then accept that. And then we'll hide the mic. And we'll just pose and we'll just render the hand. So that's the thumbnail for that one. Which is hand pose, kind of like that right there. Okay, let's zero you out. I got a hidden mic in here somewhere, don't I? This will also let me see if my wearable preset is done right. Select that, apply that. Yay! That worked. Bend that hand. Twist that a little bit. Okay, let's come over here and let's kind of zoom in on that. Let's render that. I'm going to reposition my camera just a little bit. I'm still going to get some burnout on this, but I think this will be fine. Let's try that. That'll be fine. It'll help it stand out from the other one. So that goes right there. And then we want to save the hand pose. So we'll hide that mic. And I'll just kind of zoom in. And we're on the right side, so I'm going to just choose all of these. And I have to select that, and then we can... So because I have these selected, it makes it easier to save it. Hierarchical pose preset. This is going to be for the Mike R hand pose. Save that. What we're going to do is click and then we can check only scene selected. So that's the reason why I went to the trouble to select those. And you can see those are the only things that we're going to get saved. Should be good. All right, that's that thumbnail. I should make thumbnails for the rest of this stuff since we're over here. I have to resave it. I'm just gonna work on the mic. Never mind. All right, now we're going to do the Genesis 9 versions of these. So I'm gonna leave this in the scene and we're gonna hide it. And we'll bring in a Genesis 9. And we'll select that and the eyes. And we're going to change the colors to that shiny dark color. Like that. So now if I select you and if I apply this one here, so the pose didn't take. Can I use the I have the pose converter thing. Let's try that. That did not work. I have to save. Actually, you're the pose right there. Does that work with that? That did work with that. Yay! There we go. So I'm pretty close to being done. Hopefully I don't have to adjust this too much. We might need to tweak that pose a little bit because after all it was made for a Genesis 8. So how's that mic sitting in here? I can probably bring it down maybe to about there. And I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. And then maybe bring it down just a scooch more. You installed it and it's still not working. Oh my. That is annoying AF. Yo, Art, how are you doing? Nosy reporter looking good. Thank you, Art. And Art is making a song these days. Gonna bend you in and maybe bring you back. And then maybe adjust that a little bit. Kind of like that. All right, I think that's going to work. I got to get you. Are you in the hand? You are not in the hand. We need to put you into this hand right here. So we're going to do that. There we go. All right, let's save that as a wearable preset. Am I in the right folder? I am not. Let's go to the right folder for Genesis 9. In here, that is selected. Click save as a wearable preset. DL deadline. Mike. I'm going to say our hand. I'm going to add the word hand to the other ones. All right. And we don't need those eyes. We just want this mic, and we want to save the pose so that it automatically poses when it pops it into the hand. Actually, I can't cancel that. I'm going to make sure it works with the Genesis 8 female because that's the target figure, really. So let's dial that in and let's zoom back in and see if I need to tweak stuff. I need to tweak stuff a little bit, don't I? Just a little bit. I think we'll pull that back a little. Bend you a little bit more. Bend you a little bit less. Tweak that. All right, I think I'm going to go with that. Well, let's bring that down so it just kind of... All right, this should be good. All right, we're going to memorize that mic. Then we're going to select that and save this file as a wearable preset, right? All right, now we're good to go. Do that. Oh, I got it. I'm going to leave that. Mic R and G9. Okay, uncheck the eyes. Let's save the pose. We're looking at the right side, so we're going to go down this way and just check everything but general right here. Accept that. Oakley dokley. Shift Y to that. And Shift Y on that. And let's see. We should be good. Nope. I've never quite figured out why there's a little, why it's off a little bit from side to side with the Genesis 9. Like the angle's even off a little bit. Probably good enough. Almost there. You know, I think that's probably going to be good enough. All right, let's make sure you are sitting in the left hand, and we'll memorize you. And now we'll save as the wearable preset. And this is going to be Mike L hand. Then we'll save the poses and we'll render out a few thumbs. All right, don't need that, want this. This time we're doing the left side. And everything but general. And save that. All right, should be good. Let's go ahead and save this hand pose. So I want to expand that and select everything under the hand, and then we'll just save that out as a, oh, and I gotta select this as well. And then select that as a hierarchy of pose preset. We are in the left hand, so we're going to do that. And right there, we're going to say pose. And I'm just going to right click and check only selected and accept that. And here, and then we should be able to do that. I'm going to zero the pose. Nope. I'm looking for. I can't see my full window, but I have a thing here that zeroes the pose, and I just can't click on it because there it is, zero figure pose. Oh, you know what? I think he's zeroed out. Dang it. I have to reset the shape again. There we go. All right, let's see. You are for the right. There we go. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Let's save that pose. Kind of the same thing we did before. Make sure all of that is expanded. Select all of that, and also make sure I have the main node selected. And hierarchical pose preset. You're going to be that one right there. We're going to say our hand pose and uncheck. Actually, I just need to do this, right? Check only scene selected items and then accept that. All right, we should be good. We'll render a few thumbnails for this, and I'm going to move on to a Asian dress that I'm started working on. I actually started at about the same time I started this outfit, but I just haven't made any more progress on it. Oh, where are we? We're going to bend that arm. You're going to twist that arm. You're going to come in here and render that. Looking good. Okay, we're still in Genesis 8 over here. So we're just going to navigate our save as last render to Genesis 9. Right there, actually. And I am rendering the right hand with the mic. There we go. Then we're going to hide that mic. I'm just going to zoom in on that hand. I'm going to render that. Save that. That's going to be right there. All right, let's load up the left hand. Kind of do the same thing. I'm going to bend that arm. Twist it a bit. That's probably going to be good. That goes there. And then hide the mic. Zoom in on the hand. And render that. Okay, I'm going to finish these up. So here, we're going to browse that file location. Did I not just say browse file location? I thought I did. Let's try that again. There we go. So we're going to get rid of these janky small thumbs and replace them with small versions of these nice larger tip thumbs that we have here. So resize those. The image resizer makes them 91 by 91 and makes copies. And then I have to clean up the names on these so that Daz will understand them. So I got to swap that out for this. And then when we come over here, hit refresh. All right, we've got these. These are all done. We need a Hendrix outfit complete with upside down right hand guitar in his hand. That's right. He used to string his. I heard this story where he would string his guitars that way, and before one show, he hawked his guitar, and his bandmates had to rush off and get it out of hawk because they didn't have time to restring another guitar. That's kind of a douche move, actually, isn't it? I guess when you're Hendrix, you can get away with it. Also, it may not be true. In retrospect, half of what I know may not be true. Um, Browse the folder location. Okay, we're going to clean these ones up and move along. You think that's what the Guitar Center guy didn't want to deal with? Having to restring a guitar backwards and then tune it? Yeah. All right. We're going to do resize. Okay, then we're just going to clean up the names. Okay, let's come back over here. Let's refresh. There we go. All right, that's and now we're going to play with the Neo Asian outfit. It's still sitting mostly in Marvelous Designer. I think that's going to be a three-piece set. We're going to make a top, a bottom, skirt. It's kind of a Shang Sam influenced outfit with a top and a short skirt and a. I'm thinking shoes, but we'll see. So my plan is to maybe get this submitted by Daz over the weekend, and then the next week I can be working on the Neo Asian. I think I wanted to do another Martian Princess, but I think I'll call it Martian Queen. Something that Freddie Mercury would wear. Freddie Mercury and David Bowie. Um, I think I'm done. I'm going to hit save on this. We're going to put this off to the side. I'm going to see where I left off. I haven't looked at this in maybe a week now. You I don't need. We're going to put you over there. We're going to move you over here. You I don't need. You probably look duplicative. You're over there. Let's launch a little Marvelous Designer. Oh no, I've got nothing to drink. File open. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Stop that. File open project. Are you in dresses? Let's go take a look and see. Did I save this in a category called Neo Asian? That would have been almost smart, right? There it is, Neo Asia. There we go. Neo Asia dress. Neo Asia outfit. There we go. Or did I leave off with this? I think I'm done with most of the actually setting it up. I think I have to start doing the trimming and things. So I think we'll do that. If I hit It's kind of short, but we're going to be able to make it shorter. I think. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just use a displacement. Maybe I'll just use an opacity map. I won't bother setting a separate material zone. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Anyhow, let's chop up our trims on this. Get that done. So I have my waistband. I have my skirt. What are you connect? You go over there. You are sewn over onto that. And then you come around to here. I need this to come down and around. All right, I know what I'm doing now. Nope. So we're going to put a little trim zone around here. So we'll do our little offset offset as an internal line. 5. Okay, cut and sew. We're going to do that. We should be able to finish up the trimming tonight and maybe get the material set up. So I'm going to offset as an internal line on that. We'll do the same thing. Cut and sew. Okay, I don't need a trim line here because we have the waistband. Okay, so this then comes around through here. I got mirroring still going on in here. I don't. I do have linked editing still going on in here, so we're going to take that off. And then I can put my, we're going to add a little trim down here. Offset as an internal line. Okay. Cut and sew. I think that sets up all the, I think that trims out the skirt. All right, we're going to trim up the top now. So I'm going to have a trim line. Well, I have a trim line that goes around the collar, comes down and around here, and along the bottom and back up. So through here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's take the, we still got linked editing here. We're going to remove that. If I leave the linked editing on, it makes the cutting and the sewing and the trimming goofy. So offset is internal line. Say, okay, baby. Down into here. Cut and sew. All right, let's do the, so this is going to come through here, down through here, around, and back. Like that. Offset is internal line. Say 5. Right click, cut and sew. Should be good. Oops. Cannot be remeshed due to complex shapes. Does that mean you don't want to cut and sew? Does that mean I have to figure out, is that my complex shape right there? I have to maybe do you in baby steps or something? Yeah, that's the one that's giving me heartache. Uh, Extend trim to pattern outline. Dang it. I wonder, let's try, That's probably my problem right there. Can I can I simplify that? Isn't there like a um optimized curve points that simplifying the frack out of stupid stuff like that? And then can I get away with this? Nope, not yet. That is stupidly complex. Look at how nice and simple it is on the outside. And then this just gets stupidly complex. Let's see if we can simplify that. Optimize curve points and see if that fixes my issue with the complex shape. It may be a little less precise, but if this nope, not yet. Arg. Let's try that there. No. What are you? Do I need you anymore? I think something's sewn to you. I think that's why you're there. I think maybe I can. Is it because. Is that what's giving me issues? By Jove, that might have been it. I've moved this, so I want to make sure I didn't screw the sewing up too bad. It's probably okay. Do I need to tweak you somewhere else? And probably not going to like these internal lines, but we'll see. Okay, did I cut and sew? I have not cut and sewn that out yet, have I? Can I get away with this big? No, that's fine. It's not a big piece. Uh, cut and sew. I should probably extend you to the pattern outline. Cut and sew that. Moving along. Hopefully I can cut and sew that. And cut and sew that. And then what I want to do is put an internal line in here. Okay, what do we have over here? You are a back piece. Did I need trim there? I may not have wanted trim here. You know what? We're gonna back this up. I don't want these here. I am gonna put that back in, but we're gonna get rid of these. And can I just get rid of that. And then we'll just extend that to the pattern outline. And then cut and sew that. Yeah, that does it. There we go. And I've already got this other trim set down. All right, excellent. Oh, but I do need to come through here. So we're going to run through here and here. And then run that straight up to there. I think before I do that, though, can I just do an inset? Actually, let's do this. And can I cut and sew that, or is it too complicated? So that's fine. And I want to put one there and there. We'll cut and sew those. Okay, so we're over here. So I want one there, there, and there. Cut and sew those. And I need one right. No, I've got it. I think I'm good. I think I've got all my trim set up. Hit save. Something. Yeah, something's pushing a fan. Let me see what's going on. What are you? Task manager. Who's eating up my GPU? Marvelous. It's all Marvelous Designer, but you're not simulating anything. Bad Marvelous Designer. So it's eating up the CPU, OBS, but mostly, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not like it's simming, so why are you using so much processor in the background, Marvelous Designer? So I'm going to we're going to end up transmapping this stuff here. And I'm setting it up so there's these little points right here. When we want to make undone versions, we can just delete these off. And this, I'm actually just going to put patterns, and we'll use transmaps to kind of give us a nice looking pankus. That's it, the pankus or frogs. So they're going to be faked with transmaps and displacement maps. Other than that, I think we're good. I think I'm ready to just start labeling stuff. Well, I gotta say, it's a little alarming how much noise my fan is making. GPU's running okay. Temp's fine. Oh well, it's probably a combination. You know, I'm gonna hit save. We'll relaunch Marvel's Designer. Maybe it's not Marvel's Designer. I'm still eating up. You know what? I have Photoshop still open in the background. Maybe that's giving me issues. All right, and we do have Daz open. See, this is the thing. That's just seems high for just OBS. I may have other crap open in the background. I still got all my other apps in the. Hold on. We're gonna out to be back. I'm gonna step away for just a second while I close a bunch of stuff down. Some days I just don't shit stuff, turn stuff off when I start streaming. Let's do that now. Let's go back to the Alibi box screen. Okay, I'm back. Let's relaunch Marvelous Designer. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need to have open that we shut down. Um, and you know what? Using the streamer bot, that may cause a little extra strain on the system, doing the co-streaming. All right, let's get back to where we were. This should just be. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. You know what? I'm gonna say don't. You that thing just keeps it like waits 5 seconds, and then when you start doing stuff, then it comes up and goes, "Hey, look at me, look at me." No, I'm working now. Stop it. You had your chance when I was launching at the very beginning, but now you're just being annoying. Okay, I think we're good. We'll start breaking down. We're not going to have Panku. So we're going to have two. We're going to have the top Panku. I'm going to say top, and then top attachment, and you're going to be top, and then copy that. You're going to be top trim, and top arm trim, and top collar. Top trim arms. Top collar. You're going to be skirt. Skirt waist. Uh, Trim. Skirt panku. Skirty. Skirt. I think that's it. Let's get these unique colors. Okay, not as crazy as some other things. Okay, now we just need to start applying this stuff. Those are good. So these ones right here are those. Those are the little attachments. Is good. Top trim. So basically that. These here, that, that. Top trim arms, right there, right there. You know what? I'm just going to make you a top trim. Look at that. I got a collar right there. Oh, I didn't cut that out. Let's offset as an internal line. Okay, cut and sew. Top trim arms. Boom. You are top trim. You are top trim arms over there. And you are top trim. Okay, so that takes care of that. Hit save, because this is a good point to save. All right, let's finish up the skirt. So you and you and you. You are the skirt trim. Yeah, yeah. And I think that just leaves the waist. And I think I have... All right, let's look at our UV mapping and see if we can tighten this up a little bit. I think I can move these out of here and we can get that scooshed in a little bit better. And we'll do the same thing over here. You actually, I'm going to put you over here because that's kind of close to where you are. That makes a little more sense. Even though it might be a little more efficient on UV mapping. Yo, Plobby, how are you doing, buddy? We're working on what I'm calling a neo-Asian outfit. I'm doing fairly well, thanks. Hey, everybody, check out our good friend Plobby, an awesome uh, artist. Thank you, Mr. Charles. So this is kind of a Shang Sam inspired outfit, probably suitable for clubbing or killing demons. Yeah, I may have watched K-pop Demon Hunters too. I didn't go to the sing along though. Although that sounds like a pretty cool idea. Our friend Aiki, she is really into the K-pop Demon Hunters. I think at this point she's probably drawn all the members of the boy band, which is now escaping me. I'm I'm kind of tightening things up because this ends up being my UV map. And we are in Marvelous Designer, which is an awful lot like sewing simulator. Except when we're done, we can actually export out OBJs and make clothes. So I'm gonna. My UVs tend to be fairly inefficient. Not gonna lie. Because when I get done, they look like pattern pieces nicely laid out. So you can. It's a lot easier to texture this stuff if you wanted to yourself. And in this case, I could definitely pack that tighter, but it's just so clean. If you need to texture it yourself, you can just see where everything is. So I think I'm just going to move that. I don't really need to make it tighter up and down. This width right here is what's driving most of it. So I think maybe I can just maybe close this in a little over here. I think that's going to probably be as good as it gets. Let's go over to the UV editor. So we reset to the 2D arrangement, and then I fit that into there. And what I might do though, I'm thinking I might take these. These are the frog attachments, and I might end up remapping them in Blender and just stacking them all on top so I can slack and just make maybe one texture for all of them. And then I'm going to size them up big, and they'll be like on a separate UDIM. Actually, I can probably do that, right? I could probably just stack them all up on top of each other in here. I'm going to wonder, I wonder if I'm going to regret this or not. We'll see. And then when I do this, can I and do that? And I can actually, did my nudge just not work? The one time I actually want the freaking nudge to actually, by default, nudge goes by ones, but not today. I think somebody probably improved something. That just smells like an improvement. Um, you know what? Nobody ever really needs that feature. I finally have a use for that feature and it doesn't work. All right, I think I'm going to do that. So I think I'm going to make a separate texture so I can just take all of those and then I can add a whole bunch of kind of odd detail into here as well. Or keep it on one map and just make it a little bit smaller. I think I'm going to just do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. That still gives me a lot more detail than I would have had otherwise. And one of them's got away. No. Damn you. Let's try. Okay, I got it now. Oh, maybe not. I'm going to put you there. So if I do that, I got to move the collar. Do I have enough room to put the collar down here? Yeah, nudge isn't working. Dang it. I'm going to stick you there. I want to see if maybe... No, I don't want to move the collar down there. Never mind. We'll just make this a little smaller. I feel like half the time I click on it to move it, it doesn't. So I think I'm going to go with that. I think that'll be our UVs. So back into here, hit save. All right, let's do a little, let me just sim this. Yeah, I think that's going to kind of do the trick. So let's hit save on that. So I think I am all good to go here. Almost, oh, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to make sure you've got everything quad optimized. It does say quad optimized. Okay, so we're good. Let's take a peek at the wireframe. Let's see if I've got any weird, really weird things in my trim that I might want to. Okay, right in here. I think I can maybe. I think we'll get rid of this. No. Can I just select you? And if I just delete you. Oh, but now you got this weird. You are totally going to have a weird shape in here, aren't you? So I'm going to put that back. Maybe I just move you. Extend to pattern outline. Did that do anything? Nope. Offset as an internal line. Nope, it's not. It's Major League unhappy. I'm going to back that up. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Now when I delete it, it's fine. That's probably going to be a weird quad. It'll probably be okay because we're going to subdivide it in Daz anyhow. Hopefully I'll smooth it out. Do I have any other? See, there's another one. Can I just get rid of you? And now I've got this goofy ass thing going on over here. There, that helps. Did I want to put trim on the collar? You know, if I do, I can do that as a texture later on. Oh, I still have a background image there of a pattern I copied. I just realized that. I've been working on this, what, for 40 minutes now, and I just realized that's still there. All right, I think I'm good. Let's hit save. Let's double check the UVs and see if they want the shit. I think it's looking fine. All right, I'm going to switch out of. We'll just go back to that. Hit save. Do I want to save? Yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to save this. Then we'll fit it to the Genesis base figure. Oops. Oops. You know what? Because the UVs are different, I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm going to move these down here. because it just makes it easier to select them later on. And then I can just marquee select that. File, export, OBJ selected. And Neo Asia. And this is going to be Neo Asia skirt G9. Say okay to that. File, export, OBJ selected. Dun dun dun. Top. Say okay to that. All right, I'm going to turn gravity off. And then we're going to morph it to the androgynous shape. Did you not? There we go. Let's come over here. Genesis 9 avatars. Which version of Marvelous Designer did I open up? Oh no, it's thinking. It's actually thinking. It stopped thinking. Good thing I had just saved that. I think I just saved it. Did I not just save it? I think I've been saving a lot. We'll double check. What's the last thing? Last thing is I moved pieces down and over. I don't know. Let's say yes. What do you got for me? I'm going to open up my save. Okay, that looks fine. We'll double check the mesh because that was kind of one of the last things I was doing right. But I think I hit save. I did hit save after that, so that was Mace the last. So last thing after that was I moved these. And then we exported a couple of times, and I was getting ready. So here, we'll hit save here. I was turning off gravity. We were in the library. I clicked on G9. There we go. It opened up that time. We're going to right click on this and add to workspace and choose load as a morph target. Say OK. It's going to refit it. All right, I'm going to turn gravity back on. We'll simulate that. Okay, we'll just get in here and tug some things around a little bit. You know what? I think I'm mostly good. Yeah. We'll just get that back under there. Oops, I went into the arm. Now that's probably, oops, dang it. Probably good enough. That's an awful nasty pool over there, though. wonder if I just want to pin that over maybe. I can refit it. How are you? How's the collar looking? How y'all looking back here? You're looking fine. All right, let's export that out a couple of times. Okay, that's the skirt, and this is just G9. This is the top. And that's just the top G9, no F. Let's see how this looks in Daz. Let's do file new. So we're going to check and see if the UVs came over okay or not. Once again, we'll load in a Genesis 9. I still don't have anything to drink, so I don't know why I'm touching my mug. Let's do a little import. Let's come over here. Scroll down here to something that should say Neo Asia whip. We'll start with the top. Select that, come to surfaces, do that. Well, I got materials. I got my UVs. Okay. All right, let's load in the skirt. There's the skirt G9. Let's see how you look. That looks good. And we have those overlapping frog templates, so that's over there. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Real quick, put D-force on that. Put D-force on that. And we'll just hit the sim and see if anything bad happens. No. Okay, I know what happened. It's the internal line problem. We have the technology to fix this. What it did is this, it's not sewing things to internal lines, so they all fell apart. So my solution to that is we're going to open this, we're going to save this, open it up in an old version that I know works, and then re-export, and that's all I'm going to do. So let's do, and before I do that, I'm going to refit the Genesis 8 as well. So save as project, Neo Asia G9 base. Okay, and then we're going to come back here to Neo Asia right here. And then we're going to load in the this right here, Genesis 9, Genesis 8 shape as a morph target. Actually, let me cancel that. Let me make sure my gravity's turned off first. Then we're going to bring in that as a morph target. And say okay to that. Okay, now we'll put gravity back on. I'm going to need gravity to pull that skirt down. That's better. That's probably going to be okay. And how's that top look? See, that top looks so much nicer. We're cheating. So if I undo that, you know what? That's probably going to be okay. Okay, file, save as project, G8 female. And I'm going to say 94.1 because you're scaled a little bit. Okay, I have 8 minutes to get this in the Daz. Let's see how this goes. We're going to shut down this because it's broke. And we're going to relaunch this old version from middle of 24. I want to say like about June. And it wants me to sign in because of course it does. And say, hey, you want the download? No, the download's broken. Okay, there we go. All right, file. Maybe some, oh yeah, it has to bring up the, hey, this is important. No, it's not. Stop it. File, open, project, and I probably have to navigate to you somewhere because you're right over here in folders that I'm not even using. All right, let's start with this one. See how this goes. Well, that background got bigger, didn't it? I'm not worrying about it. Let's check our UVs so I don't have to cry too much. That's looking fine. Okay, select that. File, export, OBJ selected. That is the skirt. I hope this is good. This is the top. Okay, pop over here. Let's try this again. Import the skirt. Import the top. Apply D-force. There we go. We'll tweak that, but that lets me know that at least I can proceed with this. And then what we can do is then later on, and we'll just double check. I can delete with these little connectors here, and then it should just fall nice and loose. Same thing up here. Let's check our surfaces. So we got the usual garbage names, but that's okay. They're not too far off. We'll just double check to make sure our UVs are looking good. UVs are looking good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to just go ahead and actually we've got, I'm just going to call it a night here. So you are good. Actually, I'm going to export out the Genesis 8 version and then we're going to call it a night. I don't have to save you, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to open project, pop over here, and then just export that out and then call it a night. I'm going to simulate that just a little bit. Nah, it was fine. Let's do that. File, export, OBJ selected. This is the skirt. And you are the 8P male 94.1. I thought I did this already. Maybe I changed my mind or something. I don't know. And then we'll just do the top. File, export, OBJ selected. Top, G8 female. And 94.1, so I know that it's scaled. I do the scaling because there's like a height difference between Genesis 8 and Genesis 9. So I scale it to get it closer to Genesis 9, and then we'll scale it up to actually fit it to Genesis 8 later. Anyhow, this is where I'm going to stop for the day. I'm not going to save this either because this is in an old version. I don't really need to save that. I was just double checking it. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. We got the mics in the hands, and we got the hand poses set up for the reporter outfit, and we made some good progress on the project after that, the Neo Asia outfit. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to do like these little short high heel boots or not. I saw a picture of something I liked, and I think I might do that. So then this will be a three-piece outfit: a top, a skirt, and boots. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. Art, good to see you. Plobby, thank you. I forgot to give you the dyslexic heart for that resub, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Everybody, make sure you're following Plobby, super cool 3D artist. And of course, the legendary CS Bond 2 was in the house, baby. And I Am a Big Child. Go check out I Am a Big Child if you can catch them streaming. I actually saw them streaming, but I missed it the other day. Anyhow, let's shout out Charles. Oh, yeah. And let's find somebody to raid. Hey, if anybody's over on the YouTube, thank you. Remember, like and subscribe. That would be awesome. If you're on the Twitch, you can join the raid. We're going to find somebody to raid. It is Tuesday. Always great to see you. Good to, yeah, it's always good to see you, Art. And if you do make music, feel free to share that too. I mean, just because it's an art share doesn't mean we don't want to also hear your music. Where's my Twitch? Where's my Twitch? Twitchy Twitch. Twitch says, who's on? We're going to see if any of the art friends are on. Barring that, Infozar. We can always do Infozar. Dun, 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 dum, 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 dum. All right, I'm at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna sneak my way up. You got the guitar tuned. Awesome. Did you string it upside down? Inquiring minds want to know. Hey, you know what? I haven't seen Commander Biscuit in the longest time. Let's go over and say hi to them. He just got started streaming, so let's do that. Hey, I have a Discord. Feel free to join. I sell stuff at Daz. If you're into Daz Studio and you want to buy cool stuff, consider my stuff. And we got the raid calls. If you can join the raid. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to copy that. If you are a subscriber, you can use the sub raid call. There we go. And let's do this. Slash raid. Commander Biscuit is doing beep boop beep. Looks like he's doing a Harley Quinn picture, is what it looks like. So let's go over and say howdy to them. Anyhow, I hope the rest of you have a good rest of a Tuesday or Wednesday. We will be back Thursday, 7 p.m. for more stuff like this. Probably the Neo Asia outfit. I'll see where I am with the deadline outfit. Anyhow, that's the current plan right now. Anyhow, let's do this. Let's get this raid started. And yeah, take care, y'all. Hasta la vista, baby.